Oh, oh, hello there. Oh, 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 it's me, Santa. Now, I just wanted to give you a call because I know that you've been thinking about your impact and whether you have been good or naughty this year. Well, I'm pleased to say that I'm very pleased with everybody at Microsoft and how they've contributed to our work in the North Pole, and especially in our preparations for Christmas. Now, I've created a PowerPoint just to help you out. Let me just get it started. I know that you'll like the PowerPoint because I tried very hard. Let me just share my screen. Can you see it now? Oh, you can. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so we have been working on our North Pole Modernisation Project, which have been run by the elves, but have had lots of help from all the people at Microsoft. Now, obviously, you know that we run a huge global exercise here, and it's important that we get it right and deliver everything to all the children on Christmas Day. And the help from Microsoft has been fantastic to help us to make this a success. And this is just a report to let you know how we've been getting on. Now, as you know, we have 3 strategies. We have our SaaS strategy. We also have our PaaS strategy. And lastly, we have our HIAS strategy. Now, this is Santa as a service, presents as a service, and Holly and Ivy as a service. Now, if we look at our SaaS, or Santa as a service strategy first, you can see that one of our main concerns has been the GDPR. And it's very important to us that the Grinch does not get his hands on our data, because if he finds that naughty or nice list, it could be terrible. But we have been looking at new ways of doing this. So previously we've been using spreadsheets to record the naughty and nice list. And after speaking with people in business applications, we're now putting our list in Dynamics. And we're controlling all of our information with Azure Information Protection. We're protecting our identities with Azure Active Directory, and we're using Azure Sentinel that our cloud solution architect has recommended us to be able to keep an eye on all the security incidents if people are trying to get into our data and look at that naughty and nice list to find out where they are. So this has been very, very successful, and it's already in place, and it's helping us be super efficient. We've also looked at our privacy policy just to make sure that we are good there. And we can see here that we have articulated in a few key areas. So we have said that where we're collecting the data, we have said the purpose for that data, and we've also said examples of where that data is to be collected. So we think that we are very, very good in terms of our privacy policy and protecting ourselves and making sure that our end users, that's the parents of their children, know why we're collecting data on the naughty and nice list. Now, for our presence as a service strategy, we have been looking at a power app called the Sun Tracker Power App. Now, this uses GPS to know where I am around the world on Christmas Eve. It shows us the naughty and nice count in the area, and it tells me which present I need to drop in which house. And it even has a QR code so we can scan the present to make sure that we're putting the right present for the right child. So this has been very, very successful in our trials, and we're looking to implement it this year around the globe on Christmas Eve as I make my deliveries. Lastly is our Holly and Ivy as a strategy. Now this is using Teams for our first-line workers. Now you might know them as the elf on the shelf, but they are our in-home behaviour monitoring elf team. And I have got an elf, one of my elves, Twinkle Sparkle, who is able to talk to us. Now let me just have a look here, and I will try and get Twinkle Sparkle on their phone. Now just dial them in on Teams. Now, I must warn you that if there's a child around it, Twinkle Sparkle will not be able to answer. But hopefully there's nobody around. So let me just dial in Twinkle Sparkle. Is he available? Now, Oh, he is available. There he is. Oh, hello there, Twinkle Sparkle. Oh, yes, it's very good to hear from you too. Now, can you tell us how you're using Teams? Oh, hold on, let me put on the captions because I'm not sure that everybody understands Elfish. Oh, so you send in messages? Oh, I'm afraid that there must have been a little boy or girl came, so he's had to hang up. But they are using Microsoft Teams to report back any good or naughty behaviour, and they can access our naughty and nice list through Dynamics on their phones. So Microsoft Teams has been very important for our in-health monitoring team to help them to report back to us any good or naughty behaviour. So, very, very good there. Okay, so as you can see that we have a very aggressive timeline here for getting on track for Christmas with a long lead up in the production, but we think that we are doing very well and that we are going to have the best Christmas day ever. And that is all down to the help from everybody at Microsoft. Now, we are not just resting here on this year, we're thinking about next year. So we're going to start to use AI in our naughty and nice list, and our R&D elf team are building a predictive model at the moment. We're also building a chatbot so that parents can let us know if a child needs extra monitoring. And we're looking at how we can use HoloLens in our complex areas of manufacturing, specifically around those electronic devices, which are a little bit too fiddly for my fingers, but the elves seem very good at being able to do this. So all that's left from me to say is Merry Christmas, and thank you very much for all of the hard work that Microsoft have put in for us at the North Pole. Have a happy holiday! Ho, ho, ho! Goodbye!